Yo, what's up? This is Mike back with another video. And just going to talk about, how the OnePlus 6T, been doing so far. Yeah, I got my boy Michael Myers on the front. First of all, my first observation about this phone is, man, it's been a minute since I done used stock Android, and I miss it. It is lightning fast, quick. This phone is like an agile, cat. You know what I'm saying? It's just lightning quick. You know what I'm saying? Very fast, very fluent. The in-screen fingerprint scanner, you got to hold down, to unlock it. I'm currently recording this video on my LG G6, and on the LG G6 fingerprint scanner, if I just touch it, it unlocks the phone. But this one, you got to hold, press down to unlock. If you tap it like that, it's not going to unlock. You know what I'm saying? You got to hold it down and then it unlocks. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with my G6, that I'm recording this video on, if I tap the fingerprint scanner like that, it unlocks. You know what I'm saying? So, but it works fine. Every time, I unlock the fingerprint scan on the phone, it works fine. The cameras on this phone, I'm not a big selfie dude like that. But the cameras on here are damn good. You know what I'm saying? They're good. I mean, if you're on T-Mobile, I suggest you pick this phone up. I went to the T-Mobile store, only paid $28. I'm on the T-Mobile Jump plan, and I walked out the store with the phone. All I had to do was pay $28. Like, I think that was the taxes or something like that, and that was it. And if you're on T-Mobile, go out and get this phone, because we need more options in these stores. I remember back in the flip phone era, back in the 2000s, 2009, and even the early years of the smartphone era, 2010, 11. You would walk into like T-Mobile, AT&T, Sprint, Verizon stores, and you would have a wide variety of phones. You would have Sony, you would have Kerasiga, you would have Motorola, you would have HTC, you would have Samsung, you would have LG, you would have Cineo, you know what I'm saying, and other, types of cell phones, especially in the flip phone era. Now, you go into these cell phone stores over the last like 4 or 5 years, and it's only LG, Samsung, and Apple. That's it. So we need more varieties in this store. You know what I'm saying? I was going back and forth with the people on T-Mobile on Twitter, and I was like, I hope y'all carry the OnePlus 7 next year. And they gave me a little heart. They liked my comment and stuff like that. So, we need to, support saying I commend T-Mobile for, carrying, going out and carrying OnePlus phone, saying, so more people can get their hands on it. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're on T-Mobile and you're looking for a phone and you're an Android guy, go out and check this joint out. Now, it doesn't have a micro SD card, but it does have, I think the version I got is the 128 gig. I don't know, because they said they got a version that's 6 gigs of RAM and one with 8 gigs of RAM. Now, if I had to guess, I would think the T-Mobile version is the 128 gig, 6 gigs of RAM. I think maybe the 8 gig RAM version is probably on the OnePlus website. But this phone is lightning fast. The in-screen fingerprint scanner is fine. I normally don't have the notch on here. I like it without the notch. But one thing I will say is when you disable the notch, the notification icons stay right where they are. Now, I noticed on the Pixel 3, I think I was looking at my man Flossie Carter video, and I think when you disable the notch, like it moves the icons down even more, and now you're left with this big huge bar on the top. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way they implemented it on the OnePlus 6T better. But the phone has tons of features. Like you can download icon packs and use it on the stock on the OnePlus user interface. So, you know, their user interface is a little bit similar to like Nova Launcher. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you want to download icon packs, you just go to hold on the screen, go to here, and it's going to have a, you know, icon pack. And whatever icon pack that you download from the Play Store, you can just add it, you know what I'm saying, right to the home screen. But you know, the USB headphone, it sounds good. It's loud. It has good bass in it. You know, it almost sounds like it has a hi-fi DAC in it. You know what I'm saying? It does a good job. And actually, I think in the music section, when you do go to the music section, it does have when you go to, let me go back to sound. When you go to sound, let me see, audio tuner. Yeah, it does have an audio tuner. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like a, you know, built-in equalizer, you know. So the sound quality on this phone is good. And, you know, I recommend it. You know, if you want T-Mobile, go out and get this phone, man. Because we need T-Mobile to carry that OnePlus 7 next year. Because, you know, that Samsung S10, you know, they gonna have the in-screen fingerprint scanner. So, you know, we're gonna see what OnePlus come out with next year. I think as of right now, it's only 3 phones that have an in-screen fingerprint scanner. It's a Huawei phone, it's a Vivo phone, and of course, you know, the OnePlus 6T. So, you know, I would recommend going out and grabbing this phone. You know, it's a real good phone. It's fast. You know, I remember saying I would never ever get a phone that has a notch and you know, that doesn't have a headphone jack. But when I found out T-Mobile was going to be carrying this phone, I was like, fuck it. you know, I always wanted a OnePlus phone anyway, you know, and I don't have a problem paying $24 a month for the phone because, you know, a lot of people don't really dropping, you know, these phones be costing, you know, $500 or more. You know, a lot of people don't be dropping, you know, $900, you know, $800, you know what I'm saying, down on the phone. You know, there's a lot of people like me that don't got a problem paying monthly installments. You know, I work 2 jobs. So, you know, paying $24 a month for the OnePlus 6T, you know what I'm saying, ain't no problem for me. You know, the camera, you know, you can go into the camera. Yeah, the camera right here. You go into the camera, you can have it on full screen mode. Now right here, you got, you know, video, photo, portrait, and night mode. And if you want to get to more settings, you just swipe up with that little arrow, and then they got a pro mode that's like similar to LG's manual mode, where you got, you know, the white balance, the ISO, and all that stuff. You got time lapse, portrait, slow motion, panorama, night mode, and then you got more settings right here where you can get to like that. So, you know, the camera has tons of features in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really a big camera guy, you know, taking selfies and stuff like that. That's not really my thing. But the speakers on the phone is good. You know, probably not as good as like the Pixel 3 XL speakers, but the speakers on here are loud, you know, and, you know, you'd be able to hear the phone, no problem, you know. The phone is not waterproof and it doesn't have wireless charging, but I will say something about the waterproof feature. I saw a video on YouTube of this guy dumping the OnePlus 6T in like a pitcher, you know, with, you know, like if someone put a pitcher of lemonade, and he dumped the OnePlus 6T in a pitcher of water, and he kept it in there for like 1 or 2 seconds, took it out, and the OnePlus 6T was working fine. Then he dumped it back in the water for like 2 or 3 minutes or something like that, and took it out again, and it was working fine again. So this phone has some kind of waterproofing feature on it. You know what I'm saying? It has some kind of waterproofing feature on it, but I wouldn't go swimming with this phone or anything, or, you know, dunking it in water to, to show off. But, you know, this phone should be able to survive, you know, a splash or something like that. If it's raining in your area and you drop it on the ground in a puddle of water, it should be able to survive with no problem. So there's that. Call quality is good. Haven't had any issues with call quality or calls cutting out or nobody on the other end saying they couldn't hear me. You know, so far everything on the phone to me has been pretty flawless. You know, it's running Android 9.0, you know, the latest version. So you know what I'm saying? I have no problems with this phone. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of cases out for the phone right now. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, they got 1+1 cases, but I'm talking about like third-party cases from like Amazon and stuff like that. Not a lot of them. There's just a lot of generic ones out. But I get some cases for this phone and show people some of the cases that they can get for this phone. But if you're on T-Mobile, and they say this phone works for Verizon too. So if you're on T-Mobile, man, go out and grab this phone. And, you know, if you're on T-Mobile and you're an Android guy or Android girl, and, you know what I'm saying, you want something different besides Samsung and LG, you know, go out and grab this OnePlus 6T. You know what I'm saying? You know, you'll be satisfied with this phone. It's a damn good phone. Let me show you what it looked like with the notch hidden, just in case, you know, some people may not want the notch on there. Go to display. Let's see, go to notch display. I normally use it with the notch off. And it looks like that. But you see the icons up top still stay what they are. They don't like move down or anything. You know what I'm saying? And so far in a lot of apps that I done had, you know, the notch don't appear. Because in some phones, you can disable the notch, but that's only for certain apps. And then in the other apps, the notch will still appear. So I haven't had that problem with this phone. But this is Mike just talking about the OnePlus 6T. You know, if you're on T-Mobile, you know, go out and grab this phone, man. It's a good phone. You know, video quality is good. You know, I haven't had one problem with this phone so far. So, you know, I highly recommend it. You know, this Mike talking about the OnePlus 6T. And yeah, go out and grab this phone, man. T-Mobile got this joint. You're on T-Mobile. Go out and pick this joint up. I'm out. Peace.